IT law is one of the most exciting areas of law that we can currently study, and here in Edinburgh we are perfectly placed to provide you with an LLM in IT law that allows you to look at the legal framework that governs this area of law and the use of information technology systems. Almost everything we do is of course bound up in our use of computers these days. We do our shopping and our discussions online, we meet friends and we socialize. There are some areas that are particularly interesting, of course. We are talking a lot about things like online privacy at the moment. There are issues around cloud computing. We are going as far even as to consider driverless cars in the future, and there is a lot of research being done in the area of robotics and artificial intelligence. The LLM in information technology law will require you to do 6 modules, 4 of which will be core modules. That means you will have to do them over the course of your degree. Once you've completed your 6 modules, you will get the opportunity to write a dissertation in an area of law that you are particularly interested in. So this could be something to do with your current job or an area that you wish to explore further following your studies. When you study for an LLM in IT law in Edinburgh, you will be taught by a number of researchers who are specialists in the areas that they teach. For instance, my particular area of expertise is online privacy and data protection. So this will feed into my teaching in the course Information Control and Power. Many of us are involved in policy discussions and the making of policy. For instance, Professor Burkhard Schäfer was recently called as a witness to the House of Commons Select Committee to talk on the legal framework governing driverless cars. Our colleague Dai McSheehy was one of the youngest academics giving evidence to the Leveson inquiry in the UK that looked at the regulation of media. We also have input from practitioners. For example, one of our online sessions on freedom of information is actually led by somebody who works for a local council as a freedom of information officer. So for those of you who are looking for practical relevance of the course, you will find that the people you will be in contact with are actually people who are out there in the community discussing these things and being engaged with the relevant stakeholders. This is also reflected in the way in which you are going to learn, because of course you're going to do most of your learning in your student discussions. And this is where the program is extremely interesting, because you will meet students from all walks of life and of different jurisdictions. So you are going to discuss the issues that we're going to put in front of you with people who come from very different areas. So for instance, if I asked you to research something in the area of online privacy, you might be having discussions about this with somebody who is currently trying to advise his own government in his own country on devising a new framework in this area. Or you might talk to somebody who works in the law department of a big technology company. So the discussions we're having in the online sessions are very much informed by what you bring to the process and the way in which you share your different experiences from your home countries. Once you've completed your LLM in IT law with us, you will have obtained an internationally recognized postgraduate qualification that will make you stand out as an expert in this field. And that is, of course, particularly useful for those of you who are intending on practicing law. I have been a practicing solicitor for 7 years myself, and I can confirm that having an LLM in this area can give you that extra recognition and expertise in this particular field. We also have a number of students who come into the area from a computer scientist or information technology professional background. And what we find here is that many of them have been involved in, for instance, contractual negotiations or project management, and that they are finding that having an overview and a qualification in the legal aspects of computer technology actually helps them and gives them that extra bit of recognition within their companies and firms that will allow them to become involved in these kinds of projects and to push what they are doing further.